Hey there, I hope you guys are doing well. This will be our reading. We're going to use two decks. We're going to use this clarifying deck, the Kipper, okay? And then we're going to use the Wild Reflections Tarot. So let's just call in our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space. Provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We're surrounded in divine white light, so it is and so it will be. Oof. All right, let's see what this message is, y'all. I always take a peek at the bottom of the deck, okay? Because it kind of is a bit of clues as to maybe a backstory, or maybe there's something a bit hidden, unseen. Sorry, there's like smudge here. All right, Ace of Cups, the Magician, and then the Two of Wands. Interesting. And then a Ten of Pentacles. And then Justice after that. And then a Page and a Queen of Pentacles. So there's something that you will be moving toward. It's like you're in the planning phase. You're in the ideation and planning phase. All right? And I'm getting like it's going to be about something that you absolutely love that is unique to you because you are this pearl, okay? So that's for some of you. Let's see what else we get. Like, it's almost like your uniqueness is about to be rewarded, recognized, appreciated, right? Like, people appreciate pearls because they're unique. They're hard to come by. They're special. They're magical. King of Cups. Look at that. Okay, they might have some facial hair. They may be a little bit older. Okay, Three of Cups. They could like to dance or celebrate. They could be calling in their soul tribe. Maybe they're looking for soul tribe. Three of Cups. I would say that this also could be like getting out there. Right? It's like, how are they going to find you if you're hiding? It's not you hiding. Oh, Eight of Swords. What is going on? There's some restriction here. Maybe someone is not able to reach you. They're tied up with maybe keeping up appearances, or they're at a distance, or we'll get more. Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting is someone feels like they're in some sort of like restriction, okay, unable to move past something. Like mentally it's like anguish here. It might have something to do with a group or something done with a group, or maybe the memories are haunting this person. They're feeling really restricted or stuck in a situation or unable to overcome their thoughts. I feel like there could have been like energy sent this person's way to keep them bound, like a spellbound. Knight of Swords, Two of Swords. So it's almost like the shots were fired at you, however, they didn't hit. So they're returning back to where they were sent from. Yeah, Emperor energy. Then I'm looking at this Emperor, okay, and what's coming to mind regarding this is authorities, okay, dealing with authority, which the Emperor would be. And then the swords here, the Eight of Swords, is bringing me to a point of maybe someone is imprisoned, okay, maybe having to deal with the authorities. And they're not able to get out of the situation. They may not be able to lie to get out of the situation. Might have something to do with like drinking. It might have something to do with entertaining others. This could be like an incident playing out here as it relates to like overindulgence. And then I have a 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. 10 of Swords. 4 of Swords. There's that Knight of Swords. Yeah, somebody I'm getting like wants a passionate new beginning with someone who maybe they're not in contact with. I feel like there's all of this going on, but I feel like there's this like almost like a it's like maybe wanting to I feel like someone's having a passionate new beginning and someone else is not. They're going through very painful, drastic endings, right? Their mental state could be affected, or there's healing needed in the situation with the 4 of Swords, or they could be dealing with some sort of illness here. This Knight of Swords, and here's the 2 of Swords here, and then the Hermit. Yeah, they may have been. There's a bit of like I made the wrong decision, right? And wanting to like double back, or maybe there's blockages here, like from a communication standpoint, like you have them blocked, that kind of situation. So they have to show up. Okay, there's no other way for you to know, or something like that. Okay. A wealthy man. Somebody wanted to be a wealthy man. I have a mature woman. I have a privileged lady. And I have a main male. So, let's see here. Oh, you guys can't see all this. There's kind of a glare, so my apologies. So I have the privileged lady, and I'm getting like this very well could be like almost like either they're privileged or favored, and very self-sufficient. But I'm getting like this could also be like keeping up appearances too. But I'm getting it's legit. So I feel like someone has, created something on their own, something structured, something that they are very grateful for. Okay, so there's been a lot of investment here. And then I have this mature woman and main male. And I'm getting like this main male is this King of Cups. Okay, and I feel like these two may have worked together. Okay, to potentially take advantage of somebody who would be considered wealthy, man or woman. Okay, I'm getting like that very much could be an 8 of Swords situation where the authorities are involved here. Let's see if we can get more info. Okay. Was this wealthy man involved in a scam? Something to do with work. So maybe this wealthy man, they worked together, or one worked for the other. We'll see. Okay, something about a house. Someone did something maybe for the promise of a home. I have thief here. So there's this energy of like taking advantage of someone, which is kind of what I was getting with this wealthy man. Something about a family room. It could be, you know, regarding to like small cozy spaces where you connect with other people. So it could be like at work, you know, in all the different rooms at work, or with friends, maybe different houses, you know, a neighbor. This could be your own home, different places in your home. This can also represent like hotel rooms and other places of that nature. Okay. So someone may have done something here that may affect where they live. I have a high honor here. Okay. There's that official person here. I feel like this couple, there's a couple here that did something maybe in order to get a home. Maybe they tried to manipulate someone from a home. Sure. I'm trying to sign. Courthouse. So I am getting those legal issues here. Official person would be those authorities that I was getting. I just want to better understand the storyline over here. Like, what are they? Someone did something at work, okay, that might have been some sort. It's almost like they got snared in their own trap. It's like you go and you pretend you're the predator, and you go, you know, set up a trap, and you are trying to, you're gonna snare your prey, but you end up falling in your own trap and snaring yourself. That's what I'm getting as this is unfolding. Someone thought they had it all figured out, and come to find out they fall in their own snare. Okay? They snared themselves. Literally. Imprisonment. All right? So someone is dealing with their consequences for being a thief. All right? Huh. Yeah, this is a show right here. I'm getting like with the house, this could be like, you know, doing things for the appearance's sake. Okay. Huh. All right. Let's clarify this King of Cups. So what do you want to tell us about this King of Cups? Look at the moon. They're in fear. They could be howling at the moon. They are whistling, blowing in this shell. So this could be, you know, trying to communicate to the spirits, right? My priestess energy. I'm getting this group. Maybe this was like a face-off or a challenge or some sort of training, initiation, whatever it was. I feel like you maybe tuned into this energy so you can read it. Okay. And this could be someone that they've like reached out to as a high priestess, or maybe this group is kind of like a coven or group of some kind. Maybe they choose different prey. I had that reference of predator and prey, right? I feel like they do a lot of like shit at night. Yeah. I feel like they ended up like this, there's this energy that's trapped now, right? They're having to look at themselves in the mirror. What do they say about a narcissist? The narcissist, you know, the worst karma a narcissist can have is them having to deal with themselves for their whole life. right? Like that's their punishment, in the sense of like they do the best not to do that. They try to be anything but themselves, right? So for them to have to deal with their own shit and be in their own energy for the rest of their lives is that entrapment, is their worst fear. To have to actually look at themselves in the mirror and see now what everyone else sees that they're not willing to see or deal with. It's like, seeing who you really are and why you're at where you're at. Like, it's like eventually becoming aware of these limitations, right? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of conflict. I'm getting a lot of like having to be right. I'm getting saying things just for the sake of being mean. Like there's this, if they're miserable, everyone else has to be miserable. Oh my gosh. 7 of Cups in the reverse. All right, so this energy is like, I feel like there might have been a lot of like giving out. 7 of Cups in the reverse. Whatever those illusions, whatever they thought was like gonna be fulfilling or was fun at the time is no longer fun anymore. It's like they're no longer receiving any gratification for any of the things that, you know, they used to do to kind of like numb and cover themselves, right? It's like it's not hitting anymore. Might have something to do with a Leo. Or this is just like someone having to like calm their predatory nature, right? It's kind of like humble yourself, like get a grip of yourself. Like someone's, you know, ego very much could have gotten the best of them. And now they're learning, you know, how that can really create a downfall. Gosh, let's see. Yeah, this 5 of Wands. You want this in reverse? Yeah, look, 5 of Wands. I feel like there was something's being put to an end, is what I'm getting. The authorities saw all that went down and is putting it to an end. Okay, so that's like the 5 of Wands. Chaos, competition, you know, running amok, right? Creating disharmony on purpose, like it's quite a mess. There's multiple parties involved, right? This was, you know, not just one incident. All right, I have Temperance and the 10 of Pentacles. So I'm getting like this work, this hard work you've put in is something that has helped you balance yourself in the physical and spiritual realm. This is something that you were meant to master, and I'm getting like you've manifested your desires and they're coming true. So something that you've been wishing for is about to manifest. And then I have the Star at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting like you are going to be able to go to those places and do what you came here to do in some way, shape, or form. It's kind of like you tapping into your innate abilities, embracing your uniqueness, having that close connection. Let's see. So whatever ending this was for you, it was a catalyst for a new beginning. And this is like things starting, you know, to close up. Like loose ends. Yeah, look at 10 of Swords and then the World card. You know, that's like, you know, case closed, right? So someone ended up putting the nail in their own coffin, okay? Or they will be. Or somebody close to them will be the one that does it. I do have a King of Swords here. I feel like you're heavily protected. Okay. Heavily protected. And I'm getting that you are like in this cocoon. You're in this like bliss phase. Okay. And just resting and getting ready for what's next, which is what they want you to do. All right. This is the energy you should be in. Right. And then I have the Magician. Okay. There's that manifestation. You know what I mean? Like, that's the master manifester. That's the master alchemist. That's the teacher. The student becomes the master, right? As above, so below. So this is like a bit of like, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. So I feel like somebody was playing with magic and had no business doing what they were doing. And they're finding out a very difficult lesson. Okay? And there's nothing that went on that wasn't seen, okay, by the Most High. I have the King of Swords and the Sun. So I would say Archangel Michael, okay, your spirit guides, your ancestors, and the divine are here, okay? There's something better coming in for you, something that is going to be in alignment and for your highest and greatest good. You have proven yourself and the fact that you are meant to go on this path, and sometimes to get there it might have been a lonely path, but it's not supposed to be like that forever. Okay, you're meant to work with others. Okay, you're meant to do it your way though. All right, you're meant to be in the limelight. People are meant to see you, okay, experience you. You have something beautiful to birth here, and I feel like, you know, your experiences are valid, and I'm getting they've shaped who you are, and you're the one that got away. So I feel like they have possibly some karmic debt to pay. So I feel like you will be going your separate ways. All right. If this resonated with you and there was some like difficulty going on in the background there that you had to navigate sometimes blindly, let's see what we need to know. Yeah, look. Someone's reminiscing, looking at old photos and dwelling on the past. They could be profile creeping, blocked contact, profile searching. And then I have mirrored emotions, someone feeling like there's something about a reflection of a soul here. What else do you want to say? They want to share their feelings. Maybe they're realizing this could have been a twin flame. This could be, yeah, I was getting that third party with the Three of Cups. Love triangle, situationship, the other woman, secret hookup. Air signs. What's this Five of Wands over here? Because the authorities are dealing with that. Yeah, look at unexpected visit. Riding by the house. You could get like news of this. Maybe someone from this group wants to tell you what's been going on. I don't know. Who wants to visit? Is this past energy? Okay, so it's that energy. Okay. What about this, like what happened at this occupation? Oh, silence. Someone's longing for you. Okay. It's like, can you tell me what this occupation and wealthy man is? A new boo. Past trauma. Someone's defensive. Someone's going to experience new love. That's what I think this Ten of Pentacles is. And I feel like, you know, the past traumas, blocked heart chakra has affected this past person. or this was to help heal your past trauma. Look at someone is humiliated. All right, so someone may have like, yeah, I was getting like someone was keeping up appearances. But I feel like someone's moved on. Maybe even the person who they were in a love triangle with. Maybe they've tried to move on. Maybe they tried to make you jealous. And as a result, like, it was nothing to be jealous or envious of. Yeah, I'm getting like this person tried to replace you with someone else. Okay. And I'm getting like, it was like, it didn't work out as planned. There's law enforcement involved, temptation here, and someone now has a criminal history or potentially could. What's this occupation? What did they do? Occupation, a wealthy man. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Family, building a foundation and feeling safe, starting a family. Someone married somebody. Okay. Look at somebody wants you to unblock them. They want to have a conversation. Then we have divine feminine energy, which is confirming the privileged lady. A strong intuition here, a leader, empath, a healer to others. Remember we were getting that star energy. Yeah, I feel like maybe you feel like home to this person, okay, as they reminisce and remember, but there's a thing like this is off the rails here. So I'm not so sure that, you know, things are going as they've intended. All right, I need additional info with this, or do you want to close this out? Let's see. Yeah, someone feels like time's running out. Yeah. Feeling the pressure. Someone made unsafe decisions, maybe took a risk or a chance, and there could have been some unsafe decisions here. And regarding these decisions, someone's, you know, procrastinated, waited too long. They're feeling like they're wanting to come towards you because they feel the pressure. This could be like a date of like 10/20, 10/22, 10/23, 10/24. I have a commitment, marriage, soulmate, sharing goals, and long-term happiness. So there's something new coming in for somebody that, you know, is going to be a passionate new beginning. And it's like there's this energy of feeling like someone's lost their chance, time's running out. There's something that might be official then. Yeah, I'm getting like someone's furious, very angry, and they're overwhelmed with their thoughts, that 8 of Swords. Okay, someone's overwhelmed with their thoughts here. And I feel like someone has a hunger for pleasure, and they're ravenous and insatiable. And so there could be some sort of like pattern here that someone is having a hard time breaking free from. Okay. Yeah, someone is communicating or trying to with telepathic love, emotional bond. There's songs that are inspired by you. Someone like holds a torch for you. Someone might be sending you a message soon, or they've been trying to send a message. I feel like there's also like this children and responsibilities, so like things that we need to take care of every day, and you know, focusing on those types of things, and balancing that out with maybe connecting to the spirit world. But I am getting like you're receiving confirmations, downloads. There is this like responsibility here that maybe either someone needs to take up. Maybe that's a ruling for someone, you know, like you have responsibilities here. And then there's this like dream world here. So someone may be a bit separated from reality. Let's see. What do you mean with the dreams? Like, oh goodness. Okay. Jealousy around winter. Someone's talking behind your back. Okay. Envious, pettiness. I mean, come on, people. Somebody wants to date you. Someone is thinking about you. Okay. You guys might connect in your dream state. I have someone wants to get away. It could be you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Go on that trip. I'm getting that what's coming out is that someone has an alternative lifestyle, whatever that is, okay? And that might be why they're feeling humiliated. Maybe this is starting to come out into the open. I'm getting in the closet, secrets being held, and down low. So that's for whoever it applies. That could be why they're finding themselves entrapped or imprisoned. I was getting, you know, legal issues here. And then we have, you know, this energy, like taking advantage of somebody, and maybe someone had evidence and they may have been blackmailing someone for money, like extortion almost. Someone may have trapped somebody and tried to extort them, or did something illegal that there's like a paper trail. I'm getting like there's a trail. So they may have tried to cover up their tracks, but there's evidence. There's a trail. Yeah, around fall. Okay. Yeah, someone is closed off. They have angst. They have anxiety. They refuse to give in, and they're silence. They're silence. They're closed off. Someone's not saying nothing. Someone had a whole lot to say before, and now they have nothing to say. All right? I feel like your absence speaks volumes, and you love yourself, you accept yourself, you treat yourself with respect, regardless if this situation did or not. I feel like if anything, you have positive intentions and you're self-aware. And like I said, like they're obsessed, and you know, they're going to be dealing with the consequences here, right? I feel like they're wanting to come back. They're dealing with legal issues, legal matters, divorce, court visit, courthouse. All right. And they're trying to clean up because, like I said, there's a paper trail. They're trying to get rid of evidence. Okay. Whether that's evidence of what they did to you, or what they did behind your back, or how they worked with this group, or what they did to like get this energy involved. It could have something to do with where they work, how they work, what they did for money, how they earned their living, what they put a lot of effort to, and then the truth being revealed. Like, you know, they tried to control a narrative. Okay, they tried to control other people's perceptions and truths, and they made up lies. And the situation is that when like you do that, you better make sure your closet's clean, right? Like someone's closet is full of skeletons, and every single one of them's coming out, and they're humiliated now. Okay, because who's the fool now, right? It's like, get real. So I feel like there's a bit of that, you know, and you could be like totally over it, kind of like how I am. I'm like over it. I'm not ready. So they may have like snagged somebody that they thought was like a whale, right? Oh, we're going to get all kinds of stuff from this person, blah, blah, blah. They could have been boasting about it. And then, you know, that's their downfall, right? They celebrated a little too soon. I'm getting like they're receiving their due justice, whether it's for directly as it related to how they dealt with you, or if this is just a culmination. It could be a culmination. I feel like you've been very patient. You've handled yourself well. You didn't pick battles that weren't yours to fight. You listened to spirit when they said, sit down and be patient. Sit down and be quiet. Shh. Let us handle this, right? I feel like there was some help. All right, there was definitely some help. I do have a Leo and a water sign. 5 of Wands here. This could be highlighting who might have been involved in some of the debauchery. Okay, so there's that. So I'm getting like Cancer, Aries, or Leo. Yeah, someone is realizing like playing the victim, like, how did I get here? Like blaming somebody else, like give me a break. Listen, this lesson is strictly for them, so let them learn their lesson, right? Let them learn their lesson. I feel like you're going to possibly detach, okay? Or something's about to really take off, okay? So whatever this is closing out. This is the, like, finals, okay? Consider it like the finals, and it'll be time to go soon, okay? So, like a little more patience, okay? Good things are worth waiting for. You know that. We all know that. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you. Bye now.